Okay, this is the Chapter 6, Personal Finance Review for Test. Once again, I'm going to ask you guys for input. When you speak up, make sure you are speaking up clearly so the camera picks it up. Okay, what is the difference between a need and a want? Volunteers. Yes, Sadie.
Need is like food, shelter, and clothing.
Okay, what's a want?
A want is like a cell phone.
Need is something you have to live. Want is not. When does it become a confusing line? What's the example they gave you as what becomes a confusing line between need and want?
Eating out.
Eating, okay, food is a need. Eating at a restaurant is a want. You don't need to eat at a restaurant. You don't need to go pay that extra money. So even though they're both the same thing, you're both getting food, there's a difference between need and want right there. Okay,
Wait, what'd you say one was?
anything that you don't need to survive. This one was on the review, this next one, so I'm just going to talk about it. No need for input. The purpose of advertising, we are teasing the consumer, persuading the consumer, and informing the consumer. Obviously, we're only informing them what we want them to know. You're teasing the consumer, you want them to want more. And then obviously persuading, you're telling them why they want it, why they shouldn't want it. That one's on the review, on the actual review sheet, so. Which one of these would you want to do if you were, or would you not want to do when you go in to purchase something? Just as a consumer. Would you want to be provided financing options? Would you want to repeatedly hear what's good about it? Would you want somebody to, adhere to you? They tell you what your generation wants to hear. Do you want to have to go in and do a bunch of research on the item? Which one of those would you not want to do as a consumer? Research. So, companies are, in their advertising, don't want people to do research. They don't want you to have to go through a bunch of work researching the items. When a company offers 0 interest for 3 years, 2 years, whatever it might be, how are they making money on that interest? How is that helping them make money? Anybody? Other than hoping that you default and you don't make the 3 years, and then you have to pay interest after that, there's one more way that they do it.
Usually buy more.
They're going to buy more? Okay, 2 more then. One other one. The cost of the financing is in the price of the item. If I'm going to sell you a TV that normally costs $1,000, I might mark up the price to $1,100 and sell it to you at no interest. Well, you're paying for the financing and that extra $100 that I added onto the purchase price. So, the cost of financing is often built into the price of the item. That is your takeaway from that.
What was the question again?
The comment was just how does a company make money by financing something with 0% interest? And the takeaway is they're going to put the price of the financing in the item, not in the financing.
Interest?
Yes. What are some things that we can assume about companies when it comes to their marketing strategies?
They're gonna use like famous people that show off their products.
Okay? They're going to, I'm gonna expand on that.
Okay.
They're gonna use whatever they can to reach you as a consumer. What else might they do? Does marketing make up a small or large portion of their budget?
Large.
Large. Companies are spending millions of dollars to market their product to you. That competition is fierce. They know that they have to compete with other companies, and you know that they have to use all angles possible to get to you. Whether they're coming at you through school programs, television commercials, social media, they're going to use all angles they can to get to you. Okay, I'm going to read a statement to you. I want you to tell me what this statement represents. Money spent here cannot be spent there. What term am I describing? Opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. Money spent here cannot be spent there. Okay, I'm going to read off some marketing tactics. Some are actual marketing tactics, some are false. I want you to raise your hand every time I read one that a company uses to market to you. Okay? Repetition. Correct, repetition is one. Buyer's remorse. No, they do not want you feeling buyer's remorse. Personal selling. Personal selling. Those of you that raise your hands, correct. Personal selling is, they're one-to-one with you. Financing. Yes, financing is one of the tactics. Opportunity cost. No, opportunity cost is not one. And I'm going to go over all four once we get done here. Product positioning. Putting that product in the place that you're going to buy it. Yes, that's the fourth one. So, the four that we just talked about: personal selling, financing, repetition, and product positioning. Now I'm going to read you a scenario, or a statement, and you're going to tell me which one of those four I'm talking about. Buy here and we'll give you 90 days, same as cash. Financing. 90 days, same as cash. 0% interest, low interest rates, lowest interest rates in the state, all those type of comments. Those are financing tactics. This company has a reputation for holding its value. An example was Mercedes. Which one of those four would it be?
May you repeat the question, please?
The reputation, this company has a reputation for holding its value. You make it seem like yours is always going to be valuable. Your brand is better than theirs because it's always going to be good. Between personal selling, financing, repetition, and product positioning.
Product positioning.
Product positioning, correct. Good job, Jacob. Product positioning. Product positioning is not just, we're going to set it here on the end cap. We're going to put it eye level. Product positioning is also placing your product in the consumer's mind where it needs to be. Ours is better than theirs. It's always better. It's always more valuable. So in the consumer's mind, theirs is always positioned a little bit higher. A car salesman.
Repetition.
I can see why you'd go with repetition, they're gonna be over and over, saying it, but the actual person, the car salesman. Personal selling, they're coming out one-to-one to meet you in the car lot and tell you how nice your polo and khakis look, so that way you can buy their car.
Probably wasn't science days.
Yo. Whatever.
Okay, what do we get? 1, 2, 3. And then repetition is the final one. Repetition is just seeing their brand over and over and over. One that really comes to mind, I watch a lot of sports. Nike, Under Armour, those companies. You watch sports, you see that Nike swoosh everywhere. You see it, there's a reason they're giving colleges money to use their uniforms and giving them all the uniforms and the clothing, is because they want their Nike check shown everywhere, over and over and over. Repetition, seeing the brand. We haven't talked about this method, but what would TV commercials, what avenue or tactic would that be in? It's not of those 4 I just mentioned, but between personal selling, financing, product positioning, media, which one obviously is TV commercials? Media. Media. What is a B-back when purchasing something?
Feedback? What? Or
B-back. Dave in the video talked about B-backs, and car salesmen have done studies on B-backs. What is a B-back?
Oh, like,
Oh, they say they'll be back.
They'll say,
They'll
yeah.
go somewhere else.
I say I'll be back. Thank you for the information. We just got to run check one other store, but we'll be back. And what does that mean for a salesman?
because they lost.
They lost the sale. They won't be back. 85% of them don't come back. So, B-backs compared to opportunity cost, during that B-back time, they leave is when they start weighing the opportunity costs. And that's where they decide, not for me, I don't want to give up the, whatever it is on the other side of that opportunity cost. What are some things you should consider when making a significant purchase? Opportunity cost, 1. We talked about these in the review, on the money review. What's the things you think about? If you want to go buy a large item, what should be the number one thing in your head?
Where am I going?
Price, can you afford it? Okay? And then next one, you're buying motives. Why are you buying it? Am I buying this Mercedes because my neighbor just got a Cadillac and I want something better just to show them up? Am I buying it as a reward for something? Why are you buying what you're buying? You're trying to get famous, aren't you?
I'm trying to plug this in somewhere. Hopefully that calculator hits me up.
Okay. What are some other, okay, I've already mentioned a little bit. Tell me some different forms of product positioning. Various forms. I've already said them.
Billboards. Like, how they position the billboard. Or,
Kind of. Sam.
Time to mark it out at a certain time of candy bar at your eye level.
Okay, where it's physically out on the shelf.
yeah.
You're gonna buy the shiny package that's eye level. If I'm selling this candy targeting 5-year-olds, where is it going out on the shelf?
Low.
At about 3 feet, at their eye level, okay? And you're not gonna put it at 6 feet where they can't even reach it without climbing up the shelf and knocking all the candy bars off. So the parents are mad that they have to clean it all up and they're not buying anything for their kid then. So I've heard. Other types of product positioning. Mentioned brand recognition. You just, in your mind, this product is superior because I've seen the brand over and over and over. And then also product positioning, packaging, and color. What color makes people want to buy that? How does the packaging look? How does it look inside the packaging? Let's see here. Go through some true false here quickly. Actually, I'm not gonna make this one true false. What do good salespeople always answer questions with?
Other questions?
Another question. Good salesman's gonna answer a question with a question. Does this come in blue? Well, it actually comes in a lot of colors. What color was your previous vehicle? You know, and then, does this come with floor mats? Well, yes, it does. But where do you plan on taking this vehicle more often? Always asking another question, or always answering a question with another question. Should you ever buy something you don't fully understand? And by fully understand, that literally means anything about it. I'm buying this brand new TV. It's got 12 million pixels per inch. That's what the box says. It's going to be awesome. I paid the extra $500 because it's better than the 10 million pixels. Well, and then you do your product research and realize that's not even possible. 1080, well, it's higher than 1080, but when you hear 1080, that's your pixels per inch. Ridiculous numbers. If you don't understand it, you're just overwhelmed by how awesome the number is, how big the number is, how flashy it was advertised. Make sure you fully understand items. Does the amount of stuff a person have directly relate to their contentment and happiness? No.
What? Can you say that again? Yeah.
Basically, can money make you happy? Buying things, does that guarantee happiness?
Does it guarantee it?
Nope.
Yes.
As mentioned by Dave Ramsey, what should young adults have available to you when it's time to make large purchases? Once you are married, this person becomes that, but
Counsel.
what's that?
Counsel.
Counsel, or an accountability partner. Meaning, somebody who is going to say, do you really need this? Can you really afford it? Why don't you think of this? Jacob, can you shut that door, please? And this accountability partner could be, a spouse. It could be, a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, uncle. It could be just somebody you trust their opinion of. Does inflation affect your buying power? Yes, it does. Does it affect it positively or negatively? Negatively. The buying power goes down. The dollar is worth less.
Repeat that question.
Does inflation affect your buying power? And it does. And it affects it negatively. The survey of teens that we looked at, what do they indicate is the strongest influence of your purchase decisions? What is the single biggest influence on what you're going to buy?
The amount of people your age have.
Close. They are your age.
Celebrities. Parents, your friends.
Your friends. Your friends are cited by teenagers as the single biggest influence on what they purchase. I'm sure most of you have been in a store before, if you've been shopping with friends, and you see that, whatever it is on the shelf, and it's, oh, I like it. Should I buy it? Yeah, buy it. And you're gonna buy it. It's not gonna be, friends, what do you think? Yeah, buy it. Nope, don't think so. Okay. The promotion of a product or service by identifying it with the distinct characteristics usually associated with public perception. What am I talking about?
Repeat the question, please.
Promotion of product or services that has distinct characteristics. Public always identifies it because of the marketing they've done. What am I talking about? It's branding. Branding. If you need a word association with this, those of you that are from farms, livestock, if you brand something, it gives it a distinct characteristic, a number or something that identifies it. If I buy something and I agree to pay over time, what am I talking about? If I buy something and they say you don't have to give me money now, pay it over time, what am I talking about? Usually interest is involved with it. Financing. Financing. We've talked extensively about opportunity cost. Hopefully we have that all understood. What are you giving up? Does it have to be money? Do you have to be giving up money for it to be an opportunity cost? No. It could be anything else. You're giving up something. A chance to do something else is an option. For something to be a significant purchase, what does Dave Ramsey consider that amount to be? How high does that have to be a significant purchase? $300.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
What does Dave Ramsey consider a significant purchase? And it's $300. What's that? What is the condition that actually physically affects your body after you've purchased something of large? A buyer's remorse, yes. Are you guys in economics right now?
No.
Briefly, who can tell me the difference between communism and capitalism? Communism and capitalism. What do we live in here?
Capitalism.
Capitalism, okay? Capitalism is identified by open market, private businesses. Everybody, in theory, is free to buy and sell what they want. Trading for money. Communism, government runs everything. Government owns businesses, hires employees, determines wages. They control everything. And the last topic, what is it called when you're walking through the checkout line and you see that little box of Tic Tacs and you have to buy it? Because it's right there. That is their marketing tactic. What did you just do? Impulse buy. Impulse buy is any spur of the moment, unplanned decision to buy a service or a product. Impulse buy. Impulse buys are usually directly influenced by product placement. They are put where you are going to see it the last second and decide to purchase it. Are there any questions for the test tomorrow? We literally just went over the entire test. You just got the answer to every single question on the test.
False.